You won't believe what just went down. Ruth K has dropped a bombshell that is tearing the internet apart. She has confessed her secret crush on none other than Oga Obinna, the same man locked in a bitter feud with his ex Mulamwah. But that is not even the craziest part. Ruth is boldly saying that she is ready to give Oga Obinna a baby boy.
Celebrity crush, of course. Nakosa aje.
Who's this lucky person?
Hey, Obinna. Na nasikia anasema anataka two boys. We, kwani amjui jokes? My celebrity crush ni.
And just when you think it couldn't get messier, here is the shocking twist. Obinna is not only brushing it off as a joke, but he is also working side by side with Carol Sonnie, Mulamwah's first ex-girlfriend.
I got all my sisters with me. Oh, that's easy.
Talk about drama colliding in ways nobody saw coming.
Anakonga amenikunywa
Mmoja atakuja concert.
Manze, akuje concert. Lazima nimkamate.
And would you want...
Stay tuned because what happens next will leave you speechless. You have to see how this love triangle turned warfare is playing out. So let's start from the beginning. Just hours ago, Ruth K dropped a bombshell that has left every Kenyan on social media picking their jaws off the floor. In a move that can only be described as audacious and calculated, she publicly confessed that she has feelings for none other than Oga Obinna. Now, if you're thinking, wait, isn't that guy who Mulamwah hates? You're absolutely right. This is not just any random confession. This is a strategic nuclear strike aimed directly at her ex-ego. And trust me, she knew exactly what she was doing when she hit that post button. According to sources, Ruth K went online and made it crystal clear that she finds Oga Obinna attractive. She didn't just stop at admitting a crush, she took it to another level entirely.
Na nasikia anasema anataka two boys.
She allegedly said she is ready to give Oga Obinna a baby boy. And can you imagine the audacity, the boldness, the sheer drama of it all? But here is where it gets even more interesting. When this confession went viral, spreading like wildfire across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok and every WhatsApp group in Kenya, people have started connecting the dots. They remembered the beef between Mulamwah and Oga Obinna. They recalled the bitter breakup between Ruth K and Mulamwah that just happened in April of 2025. To truly understand the magnitude of what Ruth K just did, we need to talk about her history with Mulamwah. This isn't just about moving on from an ex. This is about a relationship that ended in one of the most toxic, public and humiliating ways possible. Mulamwah and Ruth K were the power couple that everyone thought would last forever. They got engaged in early 2025 and social media was filled with their loved up posts, romantic getaways and promises of forever. They even welcomed a son together, a little boy who became the center of their world. But then the real drama started after the breakup. What followed was a series of accusations, so explosive, so personal and so damaging, and it had to believe that these were two people who once claimed to love each other. Mulamwah accused Ruth K of creating a WhatsApp group where she circulated his private pictures to other women. Can you imagine the violation, the betrayal? But that wasn't even the worst of it. He claimed that Ruth K had accused him of being HIV positive, spreading rumors that could destroy not just his reputation but his entire career. And in what can only be described as an act of revenge, Mulamwah allegedly sent private photos of Ruth K to her family. He humiliated her in front of the people she loves most. He exposed her in the most intimate and devastating way possible. But you haven't heard the most insane part yet. The beef between Mulamwah and Oga Obinna goes deeper than you think, and Carol Sonnie is right in the middle of it all. Stay tuned because this web of drama is about to even get more twisted. Now let's talk why Ruth K is choosing to publicly crush on Oga Obinna in such a massive deal. These two men, Mulamwah and Obinna, have a history that is filled with tension, rivalry and public shade. Oga Obinna is one of Kenya's most successful media personalities, while Mulamwah, on the other hand, started a comedian who rose to fame through his viral skits and unique humor. The beef between these two has been simmering for a while now. There have been subliminal shots, indirect jabs, and moments where they have made it clear they are not exactly friends. When Mulamwah's drama with Ruth K exploded online in June 2025, Obinna and fellow comedian Terence Creative even commented on the situation. According to reports, Oga Obinna was stunned by the level of toxicity in Mulamwah's public breakup. He reportedly called it a cry for help, suggesting that the way Mulamwah was handling his personal life was concerning. That statement alone would have been enough to create tension, but there's so much more to this story. Here is where it gets really interesting. Mulamwah has a pattern when it comes to his relationships. Before Ruth K, there was Carol Sonnie, his first baby mama, and the mother of his daughter. That relationship also ended in dramatic fashion with public accusations and social media wars. And guess who Carol Sonnie has been working with closely? You guessed right, Oga Obinna. Carol Sonnie has appeared on Oga Obinna's show multiple times. In fact, just recently, she was interviewed on his platform, and during that interview, she received flowers from her new lover while on set. Oga Obinna has given her a platform, supported her content creation journey, and maintained a professional relationship that Mulamwah definitely noticed. So when Ruth K comes out publicly and declares her crush on Oga Obinna, she's not just expressing attraction to a random celebrity. She's making a calculated move that she knows will hit Mulamwah where it hurts most. She's aligning herself with the same man who has been supporting his first ex. She's creating a narrative that says, I'm moving on, and I'm moving on with someone you consider a rival. So after Ruth K made her explosive confession, all eyes turned to Oga Obinna. How would he respond? Would he embrace the attention? Would he distance himself? What actually happened is far more interesting than anyone expected. Oga Obinna tried to play it cool. According to sources, he attempted to calm the internet storm by suggesting that Ruth K's confession was just a joke. He reportedly said that people shouldn't take it too seriously and that it was all good and fun. But here is the thing, the internet doesn't forget, and they definitely don't let things slide that easily. People started analyzing every interaction between Oga Obinna and Ruth K. They went back through their social media posts looking for clues. They created theories about whether there was something more to this story. Oga Obinna then extended an invitation to Ruth K to appear on his show. Now this is where things get really strategic. By inviting her to his platform, he's doing several other things at once. First, he's capitalizing on the viral moments. His show will get massive views from people wanting to see this interaction. Second, he's maintaining his image as a professional who can handle any situation. And third, he's keeping the door open for whatever this situation might evolve into. But let's read between the lines here. When a woman publicly says she's ready to give you a baby boy, that's not just a casual joke. That's a statement loaded with intention. And Ruth K is sending a message, not just to Oga Obinna, but to Mulamwah, to the public, and to everyone who has been watching her story unfold. She's saying that she's done being the victim. She's done being humiliated. She's taking control of the narrative and making bold moves that put her back in the spotlight. And whether Oga Obinna is interested or not, she's achieved exactly what she wanted. She has made headlines, she has got people talking, and she has shown Mulamwah that she's not sitting around crying over their failed relationship. Now let's talk about the Carol Sonnie factor. The fact that Oga Obinna is actively working with Mulamwah's first ex adds an entirely new dimension to this situation. Carol Sonnie recently appeared on Obinna's show, and she made some revealing statement about her relationship with Mulamwah during that interview, which happened just weeks ago. But wait, there is a deeper conspiracy theory that people are starting to whisper about the timeline of events, the connections between the coincidences. They are all adding up to something much bigger. Let me break it down for you. Theory number 1, this is all orchestrated drama for publicity. Think about it, Ruth K needs to rebuild her image. After the toxic breakup, Oga Obinna always needs content for his show. Mulamwah thrives on controversy. What if they are all in on it, creating storylines that keep them relevant and trending? But here's why I don't think it's completely staged. The emotions are too raw. The accusations between Mulamwah and Ruth K were too personal, too damaging to be fake. Nobody would willingly destroy their reputation for clicks. The pain in those exchanges was real. The connection between Oga Obinna and Mulamwah's exes is undeniably significant. Whether by coincidence or design, he has become the common thread in these women's healing journeys. He has given them a platform, treated them with respect, and allowed them to reclaim their narratives. But beyond the drama, the tea and the headlines, there is a human story here. There are real people with real feelings navigating incredibly difficult situations in the public eye. There are children who will grow up seeing all of this. There are families affected by every post, every accusation, every revelation. What do you think about all of this? Is Ruth K's confession genuine or strategic? Should Oga Obinna have responded differently? Is Mulamwah the villain in this story, or is the situation more complicated than it appears? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.